After a brief stint in New York, the Western and Southern Open is back in its home location of Cincinnati, Ohio. As I first look at the women's side, I'll break down the draw, go over the juicy first round matches and projected clashes, then give my picks and predictions here on Grand Slam Tennis News Today. Top seed Ash Barty is guaranteed to face a qualifier in the opening round, followed by defending champ Azarenka. The Aussie might face Garbine Muguruza in the quarterfinals, and in the semis Aryna Svitolina. Then in the final, Naomi Osaka. Barty's section is definitely the easiest out of the top 4 seeds, solely because she is guaranteed to play a qualifier in her first match. The qualifiers, though, are no pushovers, as Barty could face the likes of Siniakova, who beat Muguruza in Montreal, Samsonova, who had that great grass court run, among others. Nonetheless, I still pick Ash and Vika to come through and play one another in the third, where I have the top seed prevailing. French Open champ Krejcikova is also back from vacation against San Jose finalist Kasatkina in the first round. She might meet Garbine Muguruza in the third round, but the Spaniard has a potential tricky opener in Sloane Stephens. Should it happen, the Sloane Garbine match will definitely outdo the previous matches between the two and go the distance. Though she did have that disappointing Montreal showing, I believe Muguruza will perform better in Cincinnati, and I have her getting through both her second and third round matches. I think she'll be used to Krejcikova's game as she beat her in the finals of Dubai, which is why I think that she'll be fine here too. Coming through the section though, I pick Barty as she's had Garbine's number recently. 6th seed Iga Swiatek might play Ons Jabeur in the second round, followed by Petra Kvitova in the third. She might meet Svitolina in the quarters, Barty in the semis, then Osaka in the final. Svitolina will play the winner of Kerber and Sakkari, which I predict Maria to win because she has more reps on the hard court at the moment. While it'd be tough, I think Sakkari would get her Olympics revenge and defeat Svitolina. I think she'll also progress to the third round as that midsection with Brady appears weaker as the American has no momentum following her foot injury. Now with Iga, she is guaranteed to have a tricky opener in either Jabeur or Kontaveit. I think she'll play Ons as the Tunisian looked very strong in Montreal, just being 2 points away from making the semis there. This of course would be a rematch of their Wimbledon round of 16 encounter where Jabeur stormed back to defeat the Pole in 3. I don't see the same happening here as Iga I'm sure will be much more prepared for the challenges Ons presents. Also the courts in Cincinnati play a bit slower, medium pace, which surely helps Iga. If Swiatek does advance, in the third round she's likely to face a big hitter in Keys, Kvitova, or Kudermetova. Honestly, none of these women have a lot of confidence at the moment, but I would pick Kvitova to come through as she looked a bit better in Montreal. Iga would still be my pick to reach the quarters and face Sakkari, this being a rematch of the French Open quarters which Maria won. If they did meet again, I feel like Swiatek will crack the code and figure out how to get the job done, so I pick her to win and reach the Final Four. 3rd seed Aryna Sabalenka could play Paula Badosa in the first round, followed by doubles partner Elise Mertens in the second. In the quarters, she might face Pliskova for the second week in a row, followed by Naomi in the semis. Finally, in the championships, Barty. Pliskova resides at the top, but I think that her draw is decent. Her pigeoner Pegula is there though, and she will actually play Georgie for a rematch of their Montreal semifinal that's going on right now. I feel like both women would be a bit tired from their long weeks, so I think Halep will come through either women and play Carolina in the third round. Simona looked very good in her lone match for Montreal, but I still believe Carolina's form will be too strong and have her getting by. Aryna's first match against Lightly Badosa will be tough but manageable, and I have her advancing. I don't think that she'll face Elise in the third round, rather Kazakhstanian Elena Rybakina, who I believe has the firepower to do some damage here. I believe Rybakina will make another decent showing here and pick her to make the quarters. If she does play Pliskova though, I have the Czech woman winning. World number 2 Naomi Osaka could play American Coco Gauff in the second round, followed by Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova in the third. Naomi might play Bibi Andreescu in the quarters, Sabalenka in the semis, then Barty in the final. Looking at the top with Andreescu, she'll likely face Karolina Muchova as Konta is still dealing with a knee problem. Bianca struggled with a toe problem herself in Montreal, so she might be a question mark. I think she should be fine in the early stages of this event, but that problem might worsen as things progress. Bencic and Vondrousova are some contenders to stop Bianca in her tracks, but the two play in the first round, a rematch of the Tokyo gold medal match. It will be difficult to pick a winner there because that match in Tokyo was so close, but I'll go with Belinda as she has the greater momentum as the gold medalist. Danielle Collins is there to possibly spoil Belinda's party, but I'm sure the American is exhausted after her taxing past few weeks. I do pick Bencic to advance to the quarters there. Then with Naomi, she has that potential eye-opening opener with Coco Gauff. Golf won their last meeting in Australia, plus she's gotten even better since then. Also, she does have more match reps than the Japanese woman playing Montreal in the City Open exhibition. Meanwhile, Osaka has just played 3 matches since her hiatus. This test against Coco, I believe, will be very tough, but I think that she'll manage to get by the youngster. Naomi could play Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova in the 3rd round, who she usually dominates, so I think she'll be fine. However, in the quarters, she could play Bencic, who is someone that she does not dominate at all. Belinda leads their head-to-head 3-0, and should they meet again here, I don't see that changing, and I thus have the Swiss women advancing to the semis. Looking at my predictions, I have Swiatek and Barty in the semis, with Ash reaching the final, then Pliskova and Bencic, with Karolina making the final stage. Honestly, I'm not even remotely confident in these picks, as Barty is an unknown after her last singles match in Tokyo ended with an upset loss. Swiatek is more of the same, while Bencic, I'm afraid, might have a letdown after her big breakout moment. Meanwhile, Pliskova does look good currently, being in the final of Montreal, but there is a question of whether she'll have enough in the tank to go the distance. I also think Sakari, Sabalenka, and even Krejcikova can reach this stage if they bring it. However, focusing on what I have, I'll pick Barty to take the title. Previews aside, here are my top first round popcorn matches. That's all for this tournament, and let me know what you think about the draw and my predictions in the comment section below. Do you think Barty and Pliskova are solid picks? And if not, who do you think will be in the finals? Also, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell so you're notified whenever we post the men's preview. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time here on Grand Slam Tennis News Today.